Good evening. Welcome to Good Shepherd Healthcare System's 4th Annual Community Meeting. My name is Sue Daggett, and I'm the Board of Trustees Chair of Good Shepherd. This year, we are again presenting our annual community meeting virtually. We assumed at this time last year that we could gather in person in 2021, but the past 12 months have certainly confounded everyone's plans. Our annual community meeting is intended to be open to everyone in our service area. Your interest and engagement are critical to the operation of Good Shepherd Healthcare System. We want to do everything we can to improve the health of our communities. And that means sharing with you and getting your feedback on our plans for new services, providers, and facilities. The annual report for the past fiscal year provides a detailed review, and it's available on our website at www.gshealth.org. It can also be accessed on our Facebook page. It's a great resource, and we appreciate the work of Caitlin Kozad, our Marketing and Communications Director, in making it available. 12 residents of our service area serve on the Board of Trustees. I have the pleasure of working with Vice Chair John Lawrence, Secretary Arnell Enan, Treasurer Bill Elfring, and Trustees Bob Carlson, Steve Eldridge, Rachel Archer, Tom Wamsley, Nancy Mabry, Dr. Derek Earl, Lisa Middlesdorf, and Jeff Winholtz. All of us are honored to be on the Board of Trustees for Good Shepherd. We're all engaged in learning about and improving the services that are offered every day. In any given year, Good Shepherd delivers a significant amount of benefit to our communities. However, 2021 will stand out in our memories for years to come. The Good Shepherd family has met every challenge, being in long lines for vaccinations, managing a busy emergency department, or being the human touch for a seriously ill or dying patient. To give us more detail about the accomplishments of the past year, it's my pleasure to introduce our President and CEO, Brian Sims, who will provide our annual community meeting address.
Thank you, Sue, and thanks to all of you for taking time to see what we would like to share with you this year. We prefer to hold our meetings in person, but due to the ongoing pandemic, we have decided to present to you our community address virtually for the second year in a row. It is my hope that we will be able to hold a community-wide event next year. In the meantime, sit back and relax while I share with you how Good Shepherd continues to evolve so we can provide you the best care around. So the first thing I want to share is the Good Shepherd experience starts and ends with more than 750 hearts and more than 1,500 hands that give 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to serve our community. This amazing team consists of 5 components: our Board of Trustees, leadership, physicians and advanced practitioners, foundation, volunteers, and staff. Our guiding light is our Board of Trustees. I could not be more blessed to work with this brilliant, caring, and wise group of leaders, and it all starts with them. Next is our executive team, department leaders, and clinic managers. Their individual expertise has been woven into a collective whole that blankets Good Shepherd with the best leadership available and provides me the counsel required to navigate through these very historic times in healthcare. Our dedicated physicians and advanced practitioners are second to none, and I could not be more honored than to work with these amazing professionals that have dedicated themselves to such an honorable profession. I am thrilled to announce our newest physicians and advanced practitioners. Dr. Nicole Patching, Family Medicine. Kayla Sullivan, Family Nurse Practitioner, Urgent Care. Dr. Ann Russ, General Surgery. Dr. David Maccabee, General Surgery. Dr. Marcus Johnson, General Surgery. And finally, Dr. Kyle Duncan, Podiatry. We are honored to have them all with us now. The Good Shepherd Community Health Foundation continues to serve our community in so many different ways. Just this last year, the foundation dispersed $212,575 in grants and funds, awarded $71,000 in medical scholarships to 31 local students attending 20 various colleges and universities. The 27th annual Scramble for Scholarship golf tournament was held in June and was a great success with 115 golfers that raised over $35,000 for medical scholarships. The 2020 Festival of Trees was canceled because of COVID, but I am very happy to announce it will return in 2021 as an exciting new multifaceted event that will be enjoyable but will be compliant with COVID-19 guidelines. A special thank you to the Foundation Board President Mike Madsen and Foundation Director Bob Green. And sadly, Bob has announced that his pending retirement at the end of 2021. We're sad to see him go, but wish Bob and his wife all the best. He will be greatly missed. I have to say thank you to our awesome volunteers and auxiliary. These folks are the lifeblood of our organization, and without them, we would struggle mightily fulfilling our commitment to serve. 62 members, auxiliary members, and 11 Caravan volunteers gave close to 4,000 hours in the last 12 months. Caravan provided 8,599 transports, of which 688 of those transports were for veterans. Caravan does not charge for their transportation. However, Caravan does accept donations. It is supported by Good Shepherd. And for the first time, the Oregon Department of Transportation awarded a first-time grant specifically to assist veterans. As a retired Air Force veteran myself, I am very thankful we were awarded these dollars. Although our auxiliary volunteers were limited due to COVID, they supported us in many other ways. And finally, from our ER to our urgent care to intensive care or our outpatient clinics, our staff defines the role of a healthcare worker's purpose. Let me show you what I'm talking about.
What is a healthcare worker's purpose? To serve others. Good Shepherd Healthcare System's mission is to improve the health of our community. We are here to serve you. We want to make a difference. It is our sacrifice, our determination, our values that drive us to save lives every day. 24 hours, 365 days a year. Our focus is to ensure our patients feel just a little bit better going out the door than when they came in. Sometimes it's not just the medicine. It's a simple hello and how are you, the compassion that makes a difference that every one of our healthcare workers bring. Our emergency room cares for over 20,000 patients with emergencies in a year. 327 beautiful babies were delivered in our family birth center. 2,700 patients are cared for on our medical surgical floor, and over 300 patients in our critical care unit. Home health nurses trekked a combined 116,323 miles to care for patients, completing nearly 10,000 home visits. 97% of patients that returned a survey this past year would recommend our Vanjajan Memorial Hospice care to family and friends. Our Good Shepherd Medical Group Clinic cares for over 67,000 outpatient visits per year, from primary care to specialty care. Good Shepherd's orthopedic surgeons helped 5,760 patients last year. Community health and outreach helped to educate 8,734 community members about important healthcare subjects. Our urgent care team conducted 4,220 COVID-19 tests and is there for our community 7 days a week for all their urgent care needs. More than 3,500 surgeries occur per year in our state-of-the-art surgery center. The laboratory department completed 12,153 COVID-19 lab tests in-house and 1,276,916 laboratory tests. Our Women's Center was voted the medical clinic of choice for healthcare service excellence in 2020. Good Shepherd's housekeepers clean from stem to stern, over 300,000 square feet of our healthcare system every day. Diagnostic imaging performs over 30,000 procedures a year for our community and are nationally accredited in MRI, CT, and mammography to ensure high-quality imaging results. Our information technology team gives 24/7 support to all our services. Home medical equipment serves over 1,000 new customers per year for all their medical equipment needs. The cafeteria provides locally sourced and organic and pesticide-free produce for our staff and patients' health and well-being. Our materials management team are stewards of 5,043,547 individual supplies per year to support over 41 service lines of our healthcare system. The pharmacy team fills over 300 prescriptions on average per day, including 52 curbside deliveries on campus. Physical medicine and rehabilitation has helped over 5,000 patients to better manage their pain. Our treatment center team has helped more than 8,000 patients with anything from wound care to infusion therapy. Good Shepherd Cancer Center has cared for nearly 1,500 patients with hematology and oncology needs, several of which have beaten their cancer. Caravan Transportation Services gave a ride to over 7,000 patients in 2020. Our facilities team of 10 people completed 6,773 work orders to support our hospital. The foundation gave nearly $250,000 for health needs to benefit our community this past year. Good Shepherd's Auxiliary of Volunteers raises thousands of dollars for medical scholarships and equipment each year. Our pediatrics team cares for over 4,000 patients from birth to adulthood. The Children's Center provides early education and care for our employees' children on site. Speech and language pathology helps hundreds of adults and pediatric patients work through their disorders and conditions. 45 patients on average visit our cardiopulmonary rehabilitation center per day. We were voted by our employees as Oregon's top workplace 3 years in a row. Our 12 Board of Trustees are a guiding force of steadfast leaders from our community. Over 100 physicians have privileges at our hospital. Good Shepherd has administered almost 9,000 COVID-19 vaccines to our county. We answer over 1 million calls a year. Our staff saves lives every day. They are heroes. With over 750 employees, that's 750 hearts that want what's best for you, and over 1,500 hands that are here to care for you. And that's the promise from Good Shepherd. Patients first, always. We see you. One staff, one team, one Good Shepherd.
Together, the Good Shepherd experience means one thing: ensuring our patients and their families feel just a little bit better going out the door than when they came in. We believe the Good Shepherd experience will be fueled by our strategic plan. At the heart of our strategic plan is our mission, vision, and values. Our mission is to improve the health of our community. Our vision is that Good Shepherd healthcare system will be chosen for responsiveness to community wellness, patient care, and strategic relationships. Our values consist of quality, compassion, courtesy, and value. Surrounding our strategic focus areas are our staff's eye care standards. It stands for integrity, compassion, accountability, respect, and excellence.
Integrity, compassion, accountability, respect, excellence. These words define Good Shepherd's culture and guide our daily interactions. iCare is the acronym we use to remind us who we are and how we will go about fulfilling our mission to improve the health of our community. We think of iCare as our ethos, and we believe it's what distinguishes us from other healthcare organizations. Excellence is about creating standards of performance that surpass ordinary expectation in regard to business, professional, and medical standards of healthcare and patient services.
I've been to the doctors a lot in my life. It's not a place that I really enjoy going. I don't usually associate it with like warmth and nostalgia and like childhood memories. It's usually someplace that I don't want to be, especially when needles are involved.
Leanne came in for a gallbladder scan, and it's kind of a long one, and it's straight. So I have other scans that take more time total, but the gallbladder scan is the one where you have to spend the most time on the table consecutively. So like walk somebody back, telling them that I'm gonna give them an injection of a radioactive medicine, and they're gonna spend 2 hours pretty much straight on a hard, flat table. And so patient comfort is kind of an uphill battle, like right off the get-go. I don't have anything to help. The one advantage I get is that I do have a lot of time, so I have the ability to build a good rapport. I don't have to jet somebody in, get them right out. So learning how to do venipuncture, got poked myself by my classmates for years. I've had bad pokes. I've been poked often and poorly, so I understand. I don't have a sensitivity to needles, but I get it when that's a stressful thing for somebody.
He seemed concerned that I was afraid. He like checked out my veins and he was like, I'm not gonna do this unless I'm absolutely sure that it's gonna take one time and it's not gonna be traumatic for you. I was like, it's gonna be traumatic for me no matter what we do, but okay, great.
I try to take as much time as possible, make sure that if I'm gonna do it, it's gonna be effective on the first go. And if I'm not confident, then I'll go straight for help. Again, I'm pretty fortunate to have some time to do that. But I think it's important to communicate that. And Leanne was extremely easy to talk to. So I got a couple different advantages working in nukes and having somebody like you coming in for a patient, but I'm always very willing to call out for help with needle sticks, with IV starts, things like that. I think that's really important. And even if it's something that you feel like is beyond even your coworkers, I think it's important to like show that you're moving up the chain, because sometimes it's not possible, or sometimes we have to call surgery.
He called in this male nurse. He was like, he's the best one here. He really talked to this guy up. So I was like, okay, he's the best here. It's gonna be great. It's not gonna be terrible. I mean, like the walls are closing in on me, but it's gonna be fine. And then they brought in like this ultrasound machine so that they could look at my veins and see that exactly where they were, so it wouldn't be horrible.
I will do my best to give you the best nuclear medicine scan that I'm capable of giving you. However, if you don't feel like you're being taken care of, then it doesn't really matter. So I think that that aspect of it is extremely important. And even if it doesn't show up on, HCAPs are always important. You're thinking about those a lot. But even regardless of whether or not it shows up on that, I think to not keep someone as comfortable and as satisfied as possible is a pretty significant dereliction of duty.
I felt like you cared, and like I was a person and you were worried about whether or not I was having a good time with you. And that was important to me because I knew that it wasn't going to be a good time for me regardless. But I like to feel like people care about me. And it was just kind of an interesting experience, because you don't go through life for the most part feeling like people you don't know care about you. Or at least that's not an experience I have a lot. I don't like go places and think, oh, this person cares whether I leave here in a good mood or if I have a good experience, or they're thinking about themselves, and that's what everybody does. So you don't hold it against them, but it was different. It was really nice. Felt like you cared.
Our strategic goals include quality and safety, finance and operations, strategic growth and positioning, physician and clinician partners, health system of choice for patients and providers. I hope you can see our strategic plan is designed to sustain Good Shepherd not just for the next year, but for the next 50 years. A blueprint of what a world-class healthcare facility can be. We know we have miles to travel to get to where we are going, but I want you to know, as your healthcare partner, we will get there. Good Shepherd continues to invest in our services and equipment as well. Our oncology continues to grow and provide a much-needed service to our community. Besides supporting growth in oncology, Our pharmacy department has set aside 4 parking spaces in our parking lot that can support curbside services for our customers. The Good Shepherd Van John Memorial Hospice served 5,109 patients and families in Umatilla County and Morrow County. Our hospice program ranks in the 90th percentile in the nation for patient and family satisfaction. Hospice team leader Polly Connor believes the success is because our team members have a personal investment and sense of shared responsibility and accountability. The Good Shepherd Home Health Program conducted 8,844 visits in both counties as well. Our sleep clinic is now certified and in full swing. The Good Shepherd Advanced Orthopedic Surgeons can now do robot-assisted joint replacements. The use of the Mako robot will offer joint replacement with pinpoint precision and faster healing times. This is Good Shepherd's first step in becoming an orthopedic center of excellence. The Mako robot is not the only cutting-edge technology we have. In 2022, we will have a brand new MRI. Over the last months, we have surveyed our ER patients, and what we found out that we are gradually getting better. Just within the last month, we've hit the 80th percentile as far as patient satisfaction, and our nurses were near perfect at a 99th percentile. In fact, one of our ER patients wrote, "It was probably one of the best ER visits I have ever had." Another patient remarked, "Absolutely the best. Everybody was absolutely perfect. All of my questions were answered. They did an excellent job." Over the next years, we will continue to look at our processes through our patient's eyes in every service we offer, to include expanding services such as endocrinology and cardiology, just to name a few. Now I want to talk to you about our financial stability. In the throes of another uncertain year rocked by the pandemic, Good Shepherd continues to be debt-free and financially stable. For every successful hospital, stability is attained and retained through reinvesting in our equipment, facilities, and its people. Other than the investments I have already mentioned, Good Shepherd invested over $300,000 in our employees by ensuring they did not lose any money if they or their immediate family members became ill due to COVID. Additionally, our trustees awarded all employees several bonuses just to show their appreciation for their dedication and service to our community. Speaking of our community, Good Shepherd provided $6,240,000 for those that were in need and could not afford the cost of medical care. Additional financial information will be made available in our upcoming annual report. Now, I want to share with you one of the real reasons why we're in healthcare. One of my most touching stories from this last year had to do with a patient that was a designated organ donor. When he came to us, we knew that he would not survive his injury. A transplant team was called in. During a very somber ceremony, staff lined the hallways while our patient was escorted to surgery one final time. What made this even more touching, this occurred around the holidays. As this story was told to me, it reinforced my faith in one of the oldest and most honorable professions on this earth. In April of 2021, Good Shepherd was honored with the 2021 Hope Award given by the Pacific Northwest Transplant Bank. The Hope Award is granted to a hospital for outstanding performance in a given year for saving lives. Each time I see this award, it reminds me of that night where one life was lost but several were saved. So what really is the Good Shepherd experience? Maybe this closing video can better explain what we are trying to do for you.
What is the Good Shepherd experience? The short answer is patients first, always. But what does that mean? A traditional thought of placing patients first is that we treat patients with courtesy, consideration, and respect while performing the treatments and procedures that we are all required to do. But when you really get down to it, that's really only a demonstration of proficiency. And being proficient is what is expected of us. It's the most basic component of what we do. It is our job to be proficient.
The Good Shepherd experience starts with communication. Communication that understands when they come through the doors for best-in-class care, our patients cannot go from one silo to another. It has to be one continuum. We have learned to bring down those silos. We have to listen to the voice of the patient, the voice of the medical caregiver, the voice of our employees, and finally the voice of the communities we support and serve.
Having been in the healthcare field for 32 years, I have seen and been a part of many changes. During that time, there has always been an underlying question about what the patient experience is like and what should it be like. We at Good Shepherd want to provide clarity about what to expect when describing the Good Shepherd experience.
What we do at Good Shepherd goes beyond proficiency, and it goes beyond patients. Because at Good Shepherd, we do not treat patients, we treat people. We treat families, we treat our children, we treat our loved ones, we treat our community. And while this may sound like a simple conceptual difference, it is not simple by any means. In fact, this conceptual difference is exactly what sets Good Shepherd apart. Treating patients is impersonal. It lacks the respect for an individual. It implies that there is no connection, and it is not caring. Treating people is our business. It is personal, it is respectful, it is connected, and it is caring.
Clear communication and engagement with each other are key factors in ensuring that what you experience at Good Shepherd goes above any expectations that you might have. The personal interactions are so important. After all, those that come to us for their healthcare needs are our friends, neighbors, coworkers, and family. Each of us fit into one of those categories, and many times I am not the COO. I am just a dad, wanting to see my son, daughter, or my wife feel better. You ask any one of us, who is Good Shepherd? And we will say, I am Good Shepherd. Because to each of us, the Good Shepherd experience starts with me.
Patients First Always is our therapeutic milieu. It is the conceptual interpretation of the environment in which we practice and the people that we treat. From a caregiver's perspective, how do we accomplish this? With teamwork. Henry Ford said that coming together is a beginning, staying together is progress, and working together is success. Here at Good Shepherd, our team is our success. We have aligned our individual departmental and administrative goals with those of our strategic objectives. By doing so, we have empowered the team to be personally accountable for the care that we deliver and the success of our work. This multidisciplinary team has created a value stream of events that ensures that our staff and our patients are cared for and supported during every key step of this transition. This value stream was created, tested, and innovated by the team. And that's important because good process can only be created and innovated where the work takes place. It cannot be created in a classroom. It cannot be created by an individual. It cannot be created in a committee, and it cannot be mandated by management. We have empowered each and every member of our team to be personally accountable to the success of our organization.
We know that when our staff are fully engaged with their work and are satisfied with their work, the safety is better, quality is better, and experience of care is better, and ultimately, we become better stewards of the organization and of the mission to improve the health of our community.
Over the next years, I hope you will see the Good Shepherd experience is bigger than any one person. Our goal is to always ensure our patients and their families feel just a little bit better going out the door than when they came in. Being able to touch our little piece of the world and leave it better than we found it is the greatest opportunity any one person could ever have. And it doesn't get any better than that. Well, to quote Vince Lombardi, perfection is not attainable, but if we chase perfection, we will catch excellence. It is my hope when you visit us again, you will feel the Good Shepherd experience by how we care for you. We are here to serve you. We are one staff, one team, one Good Shepherd. Thank you very much.
I'd like to thank Brian for his presentation, and I would also like to recognize and thank the rest of the Good Shepherd executive team. That concludes this evening's program. Thank you again for joining us virtually for our annual community meeting. We appreciate your interest, involvement, and participation. We're all looking forward to better times in the coming year and to seeing you in person at the 2022 annual community meeting.